All right, so here we are, showing my brain don't never sleep, right, Ray? That's right. That's Ray right there. Say what's up. Ray's looking good in his wife beater today. Nah. His t-shirt, yeah. We still don't know why his wife ain't talked to him in a month, but starting to get a picture of it. So right here we got, how you doing today, Ray? It's hot.
It is very hot.
Yeah. Ray's gonna assist me here. It's his first time to operate this. So this right here, this monstrosity of a thing that looks like a machine, kind of is a machine, but it's not completely done. So this thing is 20 foot wide, 10 foot wide and 20 foot long, or whatever you want to call it. And it's about 10 foot tall. We're gonna make some changes to the top. It's using a boat lift winch at the top and some cables and spools. And it's got 4 doors on it. Those steel frames are doors. And this, after it's dressed with siding and windows and cool tiki grass inside, a bar, a TV, and fans and LED lights and all that, and a roof, framed out roof, is going to be an outdoor kitchen at our home, God willing. But I wanted something really unique, and I thought, why not make something that you can open and close and do it all simultaneously. So the 2 biggest doors are the closest doors to the mechanism. They're the hardest to configure, so I've been working on that. And this is a one-off, so it's designed by trial and error, and it hadn't been too much error, and it's big and it's heavy, right, Ray? There's been a lot of cutting and welding, but ultimately it's just a bunch of square stuff and a few supports in the right place and a little bit of design in the doors so they don't collapse, some bearing blocks to hold the doors. And we're going to test these 2 doors. This is going to be the second test. Ray has never done this. I had some spooling problems up there on my spool up there. Everybody said use hydraulics, and I thought about that. I just didn't want to because I'm just retarded that way. So we got this spool, and that spool is usually not vertical mounted. It's usually horizontal for a boathouse lift that moves 4 cables. And I got 4 doors, so I thought 4 cables would be good. So I had to do it vertical, so I had to add a couple of pulleys up there to get it to spool right, and they're just kind of tacked on there now. And these doors are pretty heavy like they are, probably a couple hundred pounds or more. Probably about 250 pounds a piece, these big doors. And then once you dress them, they're going to be, it could be 700 pounds or so, depending on what you put on there. We're thinking about doing some aluminum siding to keep it light and some grass on the inside, like I said. So they shouldn't be much heavier. That boat lift winch up there is rated at 4,500 pounds per pull. So, combined. So that would give us 1,200 pounds per door we could lift. But a buddy of mine builds boathouses. He said that thing would probably lift 8,000 pounds easily. And they say if you put a heavy duty 1 horsepower motor, that's a 1 horse motor. They say if you put a heavy duty, it'll go to 6,500 pounds. And other than that, you would upgrade everything to go higher. But I just don't see the weight. So Ray's got this controller in his hand over here. It's just 110, so it plugs in nice and easy, which would be great once I get to the house. And it's got an up and a down. Now, it's not an on switch and off switch because we don't have any limit switches. So when it goes up, we have to stop it manually. And when it goes down, we have to stop it manually. Down is right there. It's pretty bright out here. I'm having trouble seeing. Down is right there where the cable is just running straight through. Up is when the doors are pretty much opened all the way and the levers are close to those pulleys. So I'm going to tell you when to stop, okay, Ray?
Okay.
And Ray's just going to, it's nice and graceful. It's slow. And like my buddy said that builds boathouses, he said fast breaks stuff, so slow is better. Okay, hit it. Let's make it go up. And it's a little creaky now. It's got some loose bolts here and there, and I'm sure it's going to creak a little. The cable, he told me to use a wire rope instead of cable, and it'd be quieter. So as you can see, these doors are opening on the sides. Let me get over here. The doors are opening up. Nice and graceful. So picture that with 4 doors opening, a gable roof on it, lights in its setting. We had some concrete poured that this thing bolts to. Right now we've just got it makeshift to the trailer so I can transport it when it's time. And I'm only 5 miles from here, so I figure Sunday morning I'll pick it up and take it home when I'm done. And as you can see, the doors are opening gracefully and we're spooling good now, right? So you hear the cable creaking, but that's normal. And it's spooling really, really nice up there. Before, it was just spooling all over the place until I put those 2 pulleys. And let's see. I got to back way up here to get the whole thing in the picture. And I'll tell you when to stop, Ray. So those doors are actually 7 feet tall. Now there's a little structure in the middle that's 6 inches. So it's 6'6" at the lowest part, and you could always raise it. All right, Ray, get ready to stop and stop. Okay, so that's perfect. And you can see once it's up, the cables are nice and straight. They're no longer sitting on the pulleys. Now those pulleys are rated at 2,000 pounds a piece, and we're not putting near the pressure on it. And that's direct pull up and down 2,000 pounds. So, and it's spooled up pretty nice. I see a little coiling issue, but it's nothing major. Some little gap between there, but you know, whatever. I don't care so long as it works. I mean, you'd have to machine a perfect spool just to make this silly thing work. But it's pretty damn cool. So there's going to be some safety catches on this, so in case the cable were to break or something, somebody doesn't get killed by this heavy ass door slamming down and killing them. And even for testing right now, we're confident with the cables. Boats don't drop out of the boat lifts typically. I'm sure it has happened, but if you're having guests and your lovely wife who's, you know, really thin, I mean, if one of these doors were to hit her, it'd kill us, you know, or a guest. So we don't want that. So we're going to put some cool safety latches, kind of like a car lift has, you know, a ratcheting system, which may make a little noise, but hey, a little noise versus dying is perfectly fine with us. All right, Ray, let's lower it down. And it's just so graceful. It's kind of slow, which is, I was thinking about putting some limit switches on it and just put a flip on, flip off switch, but probably due to its nature, you know, it's probably wiser just to have it manual. And I'm gonna put the switch on the back porch of the house so you don't have to go out there and stand at the outdoor kitchen to stand there and open it up, you know. And those will create some really nice awnings out around it. We're gonna put some pavers outside of there. We've got our pool. The pool is redone. It's gonna look really nice. We have guests over. We're gonna have this great, nice big outdoor kitchen to entertain. And even when we don't have guests, my wife is just a fantastic cook. And she's gonna be able to go out here and enjoy cooking outdoors. I'm gonna have fans in there and television and surround sound and, you know, a refrigerator and nice grill set. So it might take me a year or so to get it all done, but it's gonna be really neat. Now, Ray, when you see that cable go straight across, just stop. And the cable's not perfectly adjusted now, but it's a little too tight, so the doors are open a little. And I was thinking about putting like a garage door spring kind of up high just to pull it closed so they'll stay closed, and then put some kind of stop. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Stay hydrated, would you? So you can see the door's not shut all the way on the outside here, right? And that's because I have the cable kind of tight up top. But that's it. That's my 10 by 20 outdoor invention for my home, our home, for my sweet wife and I to enjoy our outdoors together in a comfortable environment.